It's very important, when you learning how to read drum notes, repeat signs are part of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This is 100 BPM, 100 beats per minute. 1, 2. Okay, this is day 6. So today we are going to learn a little bit about repeat signs. The last video I said we are going to start with bass drum. We're going to start adding bass drum from today's, but we are just going to wait one more video for that because I want to talk about the repeat signs. It's very important, when you learning how to read drum notes, repeat signs are part of it. So I like to go over, not a lot. There are several types of repeat signs, but out of those we are just going to learn the 3 types. So the three types are single measure repeat, double measure repeat, section measure repeat. And remember, measure can also be called as bar, right? Bar or measure, doesn't matter. So single bar repeat, sometimes you hear single bar repeat, double bar repeat, and section bar repeat, right? Right. So the single measure repeat looks like exactly like a percentage sign. Double also same, but it has 2 lines, 2 double lines. And section measure repeat looks exactly like a colon sign, 2 dots, colon sign, right? And so for today's exercise, well, it's not an exercise, but I want to show you what these are. So let's talk about single measure first. Single measure is nothing but, single measure repeat is nothing but, this is bar 1, right? This is bar 1 and this is bar 2, right? Right. So if bar 1, this, we have this particular beat, right, written on this tape. So if you want to just copy this and play the exact same thing on bar 2, then instead of writing this all over again on bar 2, you can just put this percentage sign here, which means that you're going to repeat exactly the same thing on bar 1, on bar 2. That's it. That's what single measure repeat means, right? That single bar, which in this case is bar 1, we are going to repeat the same thing on bar 2. That's it. Simple. Now double measure repeat. Double measure repeat is this, which is, you can see on bar 1 we have this note written, right? And bar 2 we have just the closed hi-hats written, right? No snare. Bar 1, bar 2, right? And we want to repeat the same thing on bar 3 and 4. Bar 3, bar 4, we want to basically play the same thing. So we are going to play this beat on bar 3 and this beat on bar 4, right? So why we need to write again, right? So all we need to do is put this sign. This sign is the double measure repeat, right? Double measure repeat, which means, this means we are just going to play the same thing on bar 3 and bar 4. So that's what double measure repeat means. Now the last one is section measure repeat, not missing, section measure repeat. It's a very simple concept. So I'm just going to show you a 2 bars example. So we have this on bar 1 and bar 2, right? So at the end of bar 2 we have this colon sign. This colon sign means section measure repeat, right? So if we put that here at the end of bar 2, which means we go back here on bar 1 and play this one more time. That's what this is. So we put this colon sign here, that means it's end of the session. But this is the thin line and thick line means end of session, right? But we also have this colon sign, which means we need to repeat this one more time, right? So now you might ask, what if you want to repeat 2 more times? Well, you have to indicate that like this. You can just put like times 2, times 3, times 4, however many you want to repeat, you can just indicate that. But just the colon sign by itself just means 1 more time. So basically 2 times total, right? So I hope you kind of understood the basic concept. Very simple concept, right? So that's what repeat signs are. Out of these three, we are going to use this section measure repeat a lot. You'll see this in the coming videos. That's because we are mostly played 4 bars examples, right? So at the end of the 4th bar, we are going to start using this, which means we are going to repeat, we go back to bar 1 and repeat the entire session 1 more time, right? So for today's exercise, we are just kind of review what we have learned so far since day 1, basically from day 1. So if you remember, well, first of all, if you just happen to watching this video, I highly suggest that you go back and start from the beginning, from day 1, because this is just a review exercise of what we have learned so far. So therefore it makes sense if you go back and watch from the beginning and then come back to this video and practice this exercise, right? So in the first video, the first day, not first day actually, starting from second day, day 2, we learned about whole notes, right? Whole note looks like an oval shaped, right? So that's what we are going to play on this bar 1. Bar 1, just the whole notes, which means we play on that first note on the closed hi-hat, just 1 beat, right? Whole note just need 1 beat per bar or measure, right? And bar 2, we are going to play half note. Remember, after whole note we learned about half note, and half note we play 2 beats per bar or measure, which means we play on note 1 and note 3 on the closed hi-hat. This X and it's got a stem means closed hi-hat, right? And it sits on line 1. So I put 2 here is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So 1 and 3 we play on the closed hi-hat. Bar 3, we are going to play quarter notes, which we learn next. After half note we learn quarter notes, which means we play 4 beats in a bar or measure, right? There's nothing but 4 beats in a bar or measure, and we play all those 4 beats on the closed hi-hat, right, on bar 3. Bar 4, again quarter note, but we are going to add the snare drum on 2 and 4. Same 4 beats on the closed hi-hats, and 2 and 4 we play on the snare drum, right? So very simple review exercise. Whole note 1 beat per bar, half note 2 beats, so 1 becomes 2 on bar 2, and then 2 becomes 4 beats on bar 3 and bar 4. So whole note, half note and quarter notes here. The only difference on bar 4 we are adding snare on 2 and 4. And since we just learned the repeat sign, you notice that I put this colon sign here, which means we are going to repeat this session 1 more time. So we go back to bar 1 and play the entire session 1 more time, because this colon sign by itself without indicating anything specific means just 1 more time, right? So we'll hear how this one sounds now. So I have set the tempo at 60 BPM, that's 60 beats per minute. So remember that first bar we are going to play the whole note, means 1 beat in a bar or measure. So that one we are going to play on the closed hi-hat. Everything basically we are going to play on the closed hi-hat. Bar 2 we are going to play half note, means 2 beats in a bar or measure. So that one we are going to play on beat 1 and beat 3. Bar 3 it becomes quarter note, 4 beats in a bar or measure, and again we are going to play on the closed hi-hat. Bar 4, same exact thing like bar 3, we're going to play quarter note, except we're going to add the snare drum to it on beat 2 and 4, right? 1, 2, ready, start. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So just to show you, I'm going to increase the speed up to 100. Just want to show you how it's going to feel, how it's going to sound. So let's hear that one. So this is 100 BPM, 100 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready, start. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's it. Hopefully you heard the both tempos, but please start at 60. Please start at 60 and bump it up to 75. So that's increment of 15, right? You can do increment of 15 and then 75 to 90 like that. So gradually build it up. So it's a very good review exercise, what we have learned so far, right? So that's it for this session. If you gain any knowledge from today's session, please subscribe, watch more videos. Come back and watch more videos if you like to continue learning. In the next session, we are going to add the bass drum. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.